Welcome to that Shady Buffalo Podcast, a podcast about unimportant things that are, for some reason, important to us. I am your host, David Cole, and joining me once again, my co host, Jon Crabtree. And today we're kicking off bracket season. It is March. It's time for brackets. In typical Shady Buffalo fashion, though, we're not doing like
a conventional bracket.
sports brackets.
Yeah. Like the brackets have college basketball season isn't really even in like the height of full swing right now when we're recording this.
We're recording this in December.
Yeah. It's 4 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 days. Well, I should know. It says the date right there on the TV.
Yeah.
If you see us
not
looking straight at the camera, it's because we have this up on the TV. We're sitting on the couch. We've made a makeshift stand out of a bench, so we can really view this bracket, our bracketology. You should be impressed with how we have just cockamamie this whole situation together. If you are on the YouTubes, the YouTubes,
more than one.
Yeah, more than one with us, then as well as for our podcast viewers, this is probably going to be a more our listeners, not viewers. I mean, you can view a podcast technically speaking.
Just stare at the screen.
Yeah, exactly. You just watch the bar grow. This is a little bit different for it. Well, not really, not at this point.
Yeah, at this point we had done some YouTube videos.
Exactly.
So this, out of all the ones that are also on YouTube, this is probably also the one that would be the least visual. We are going to be, if you've looked at the screen, we've gone for like 2 minutes, not talked about it yet.
Not even remotely. Haven't even addressed what we're talking about today.
You can see on the bracket different Pokemon names. So what we are doing is doing a bracket of the Kanto region of all the Pokemon from the original 151 Kanto region. So you might say, well, David, why isn't it 150 seeds? Well, that was a little bit much.
This would have been a 3-hour podcast about something that it's not important. It's not even really important to us, as you typically say. It's not important, but sometimes, for some reason
it's important to us.
Sometimes it's not even that. I mean, the soda draft was more important to me than this, and I think we all can attest that was probably the fact.
Yeah, that's true. But we like Pokemon. We both play Pokemon Go.
Religiously.
I grew up playing Pokemon from the point I was a little kid when the first games came out. And I have not played all of the games, but I have played a lot of them. I still buy the new ones and play those. And I'm a fan, but my fandom is largely rooted in nostalgia. And so these original 151 are probably, they're definitely my favorite. That's where I get most of my fandom from. So instead of doing all 151 in the bracket that you can see on the screen, what we're doing instead is doing the whole evolutionary line. So that means there's only 79 seeds, and you can see like Weedle. So we're not picking Weedle versus Magnemite. We're picking Weedle, Kakuna, and Beedrill against Magnemite and Magneton at that point. What's the third one? Magnezone? Yeah.
Yeah.
At this point, Magnezone wasn't a Pokemon yet, so just the ones that are in the first game.
Yeah.
The first red and blue. Two games.
So if you see a Pokemon on there, but they have a really cool evolution,
later on.
Later on. Well, unfortunately, if it's not within season 1 within the original region, then it will not be in there. And that also means we're not including Mega Evolutions or XL Pokemon,
all the different
all the different versions.
Like Gigantamax and all the different things that are happening in the new
Pikachu game. Wearing a hat. Where it's just the base form, okay, people.
And for the people that are only on YouTube, they're only on the podcast. We are going to on YouTube have the bracket visually, as well as we're going to be scrolling back and forth from the bracket to a list of the Pokemon where you can see all their forms paired next to their shiny forms, so we can get a good look at what we're talking about here to give it a fair comparison. And before we get into our first matchup, we do want to say this is not random seeding. The seeding comes from a BuzzFeed list, where the BuzzFeed list ranked all 151,
and that seeding was random.
Well, it felt
opinionated.
It felt kind of random sometimes.
Yeah, but it worked as a good base.
We'll get into that. But so what they did is they ranked all of the Pokemon individually. So then we had to average out their positions for the entire evolutionary line. So like if you see Eevee at 16, that doesn't mean that he had Eevee at 16. It means he had, Eevee at some number in the 40s, I think, and then
Yeah.
like Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon were all in somewhere in the 20s or higher than that. Whatever it averaged out to,
Yeah.
placed Eevee the 16th highest of all the placements, which, as you'll see, gives Pokemon that only have one evolution, or have no evolutions, I guess, an edge, right? So Mewtwo as the number 1 seed, which is totally fair for Mewtwo to be the number 1
very,
seed.
very fair.
He was actually the number 2 Pokemon on this guy's list, but because it averaged out to be the highest number on average, it is the number 1 seed in our bracket. So the seeds don't really matter that much, other than just we needed to get seeding from somewhere.
Yeah. So this helped.
Our opinion is going to be all that matters, really.
Exactly. As it always does. Only our opinions matter. Come to us for food options.
Yeah.
You're in
fast food only.
Fast food only. Yes. Get your McDonald's cup.
I already threw it away.
Oh, see, that's a problem. They don't have big enough drinks. And politics. We're here to give you all the hot takes on politics.
As always.
Yeah. Once we decide to really burn this podcast to the ground, we'll start only talking about politics.
That'll be the last episode.
Exactly.
The only other things we need to talk about before we get into it is only 2 of us here deciding this will be the first bracket episode we're gonna do. We're gonna do only bracket episodes all of March.
Woo!
But I think on all the rest of them we'll have a third party, so that third person can help break ties.
Yeah.
We don't have a third person here today, so what we're gonna do is if there's a tie, we're gonna flip a coin, and the winner of the flip will be the person that gets their choice. However, we are gonna both have 3 tiebreakers where we can say, you know what, I'm using one of my tiebreakers, and I'm gonna like get my way here. And if we both care enough to both use our tiebreakers on one matchup, then we will flip still, and we both lose our tiebreakers, and we flip the coin still.
I don't want to do that.
Me neither.
But I'm willing to die on every hill that I want to die on.
Especially the Squirtle line.
Yes. I will fight to the death for that turtle man.
Okay. So I think we've bantered on long enough and explained the rules. Let's jump in to our first matchup, which is the 64 and 65 seed. I think you could classify these leftmost ones as like play-in almost.
Yeah, a little play-in.
I don't think any of them are like anything so egregious that like, why is that? Well, one of them is Abra being the play-in is ridiculous.
That one's a bit shocking. But
other than that, none of the other ones should be that shocking as to like what Pokemon are in there. But
yeah, I mean we expect the majority of these to lose like immediately in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we have Sandshrew versus Horsey. Any first thoughts on this matchup? We have 4 Pokemon involved there: Sandshrew, Sandslash, and then Horsey and Seadra, right? Because you don't have Kingdra yet.
So I lean more towards not Seadra. Right over towards Sandshrew first. I love the I love the shiny version, how it's all green.
It's great.
But I love Sandshrew and how it looks like a version of Dragon Ball Z characters with like all the spiked out hair.
Yeah. The Sandslash.
Yeah, and I think the fact that, I mean, I know it doesn't count, but the Alolan forms, Alolan. We should specify. I'm gonna mess up a lot of these names, like lot of them. It's not because I'm doing it to be funny or being a troll. I'm just not the best reader. I grew up in post 9/11 America, where we focused more on deciding whether or not things were bomb threats than we did education. So just bear with me. I really appreciate all of your help. Thank you.
So I'm trying to find Seadra. I'm with you on my initial thoughts being Sandshrew being the favorite here. I think we'll probably only come to this chart the first time through.
Yeah.
And then we don't need to see it again after that. But I do want to look at the Horsey and Seadra line because I want to give it a fair shake. But I think to me, Sandshrew is a classic.
Exactly.
It's maybe a little underranked here. I like it more than Sandslash even.
Mm-hmm.
Especially even the shiny. But did I just skip it? Am I crazy?
I don't know. We're getting.
I think it's coming up here.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Goodness. I feel like we should. It's 90. It's in the 90s.
Almost, we're there.
Almost
Come on,
there.
come on.
They don't have a Hisui and Shiny there.
Well,
Maybe we skipped it, but to me, Sandshrew is better than any of the other three. And so that being the best one of the three is probably going to sway my. There we go.
yeah,
Sway my vote. I will say,
that shiny is
shiny
awesome.
shiny Seadra is pretty boss.
Yeah,
But I still think I would go overall Sandshrew. You agree?
yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Concur 100%.
So I don't know how to. Probably should figure out how to do that. Oh, I have to run it. Whoops.
There we go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Can we just go?
Well, this will be edited out.
Maybe. Just start right now. 3 o'clock now. Oop. Add.
Well,
Okay. I think we can go now. Start the tournament. Okay. I believe we can start. Yes, we can. Okay. So Sandshrew is the winner. Okay. I don't care about the scores. I have to do that. No, I
Yep.
don't. No, I don't. Okay. Okay. So Sandshrew over Sandslash. We'll come back to that later. Next, we have Krabby and Spearow. Have we seen Krabby's up here? I think. Any initial thoughts on Krabby versus Spearow? That's an interesting matchup.
well, I feel like I
That's
have
Krabby.
to go. His shiny versions are actually worse than the original.
I agree. I agree.
But I feel out of loyalty to the brand as being Jon Crabtree, I feel like I have to go with Krabby on this one. Yeah, I mean, plus Spiro and the Firo, they're just like okay. I mean, it all they are is just an angry bird.
I think you're being kind of generous. I think they're pretty bad. The shinies are even worse. It's like puke green.
Yeah, like Ezra, that came out of Ezra.
Yeah.
He just puked on
Okay,
him.
I'd rather have his puke than that color.
Yeah,
It's pretty bad. So I think it's a pretty clear cut win for Krabby. Krabby, the color, the original color of the original one is really like good looking. I think it's kind of an underrated Pokemon actually.
yeah,
And so I'm gonna go with that. And just taking into account, these are pretty basic
yeah.
matchups so far. Nothing really to get into too much, but after that we have Meowth and Zubat. So what are
Easy pick there. You got to go Meow.
I think so. I think you have to go Meowth, even just on the strength of the original Meowth alone, which I believe is going to be coming up here in a second. But there's Zubat, right? So I will say the Zubat shinies are really great.
Yeah,
Now you do get a third evolution later on, Crobat.
Yeah.
That's also really cool. Has a pink shiny. That's awesome. We're not talking about that. And I think
exactly.
Zubat is, I think, out of all, maybe the best of all the losers so far.
Yeah,
Like it's kind of an unfair matchup for Zubat. Zubat's actually in the game. It's super annoying when how much it pops up.
passed it.
I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. How much it pops up sometimes in the caves and all of that. But Meowth is we were talking about this when we were doing our rankings, but it's probably the Pokemon that has the most personality. Partially because it can talk, but not even if it couldn't talk, it was just like making animal sounds. It still has so much personality that I think that you have to give it on just the Meowth alone. And then you have Persian, which is like Boss Rocket's main Pokemon.
Yeah.
So there's a lot going there
Giovanni.
that's keeping it alive, I think. And then the next matchups are both kind of close to this area. It's Diglett and Ekans. So we have the Dugtrio here with a blue nose shiny is cold. And then Ekans, I believe, is up a little bit. Any initial like
I mean, I feel like
opinions?
Ekans is the go-to pick because Diglett's evolved form is just
There it is.
two more of himself. Like that, it's just three heads sticking out of the ground.
And
Whereas
also it just kind of looks like poop.
yeah, they do look like little turds. Surfacing again from history. Whereas Ekans and Arbok, one, you get the cool thing that Ekans is snake spelled backwards,
And
and
Arbok
Arbok is cobra spelled backwards.
misspelled.
Yeah.
Still, yes.
Well, they're Japanese.
Also,
So
really good shinies.
yeah, really good shiny.
Two really good
Easy
shinies.
pick.
Yeah. Yeah, Diglett just looks like poop. On that alone, I think that we're gonna go with the 68 seed, which is that's the first upset we've had.
First upset.
I believe. If I look back, it is the first upset. Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
Ekans is making a Cinderella story here.
Next we have yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Next we have Geodude and Jinx. So Geodude, my initial thoughts is like Geodude by a mile.
Obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
Geodude has a really great shiny as well. And is one of those that does have 3 different forms to go off of. So you have a lot, and it's a natural progression, kind of like a Machop we just passed on the screen, where you have like little rock guy with little punchy rock guy, and then forearm punchy rock guy, and then the bigger like full on rock. And the Golem shiny, I think, is actually a little underrated.
Yeah.
It's just like a different color. It's not too different, but it just pops a lot more. And I really like that. Jinx, you do have the whole.
Honestly, I think she's creepy.
Number one, she is creepy, but you also
she's
have
really creepy. Ice type, so real meh, especially in winter right now. Not a fan of that. We're about to go into some horrible Christmas apocalypse ice situation here.
Yeah.
The shiny is also the shiny's better.
Yeah, it's better, I think.
But it's just really horrifying to look at.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it looks like an inappropriate doll.
That's
you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's one way to describe it.
I'm like hesitant to say that, but like it does. Like look at it.
I just really hate it.
The other thing is the initial one was like blackface, so I don't know why the promo just rang. Probably a delivery. We'll see if we want to edit that out or not, but whatever. You also do have the behind the scenes part of that it was originally black, not purple, and so that was like kind of canceled, and they changed it to purple because they were like, oh, that's kind of problematic. So let's just get Jinx out of here, and then we will move on. So, let's go on to the next one. It is Bellsprout and Doduo. For me, Bellsprout is actually kind of a like it's not.
I like it.
It's not amazing. I'm not gonna say it's amazing, but it is one of those early grass types that you really enjoy. That you get in the game pretty early, and you don't if you don't pick Bulbasaur early in the game, you don't have a ton of
options
for grass. So it's one that I've played with a lot in the game and used a lot, and it can be a pretty effective one. I will say, Doduo having the 3 headed monstrosity is actually pretty sick.
Yeah,
and the shiny is really good.
See, I still just lean towards well, I just lost its name now in my head.
Bellsprout?
Bellsprout, yep. I lean towards Bellsprout mainly because I love Victory Bell.
The Venus flytrap kind of look at
Yeah, I love the end evolution.
For the sake of being different, you want to coin toss it?
Yeah, let's coin toss it.
I like both of them a lot.
Yeah.
So
flip that coin.
You have a stronger opinion, I think. So you call it heads or tails?
Heads.
Okay. And it's going to be tails. Doduo with the win. It was an overtime thriller. Oh, whoops, went the wrong way with that. Okay, so I can just make it there. That's fine.
So sad, but I understand.
I mean, either way, either one of them's losing next round anyway.
Yeah.
Let's look at that matchup.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. So after the next matchup we have is Coughing versus Mr. Mime. So Coughing and Mr. Mime, we're gonna go down here for both of them. It's a little bit further down. For me, they're both kind of like not my favorites. Like I like a lot of the losers over either one of these.
Yeah, I'm the same way here. I feel like Coughing is more of a leader for me than Mr. Mime, just because I really don't like Mr. Mime for the same reason I don't like Jinx, because they're creepy. But Coughing,
the shiny's pretty good for Coughing.
Yeah, and then the later form where they're like a 1880s Victorian industrialist
the
with
Galarian form. That's really
with
good.
with the big hat,
Yeah,
and the
the
smokestack.
mustache.
That is super cool.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm with you. I
yeah,
think Weezing wins actually pretty easily once I look at them again. I also kind of forget that like I have some nostalgia tied to them through the
the
Coughing being
TV
involved
show.
with Team
Yeah.
Rocket. Yeah, so whereas Mr. Mime again is just weird.
Mm-hmm.
The more
These human type Pokemon.
exactly the humanoid ones are so
Yep.
bizarre to me.
It's something that God did not want, and that we got it now.
All right, next we have Venonat versus Oddish. And I have a very strong opinion, so I'll let you go first.
I'm Team Oddish on this.
Okay, me too.
Yeah.
Strong,
Okay.
heavy Oddish.
Don't even need to look, honestly.
Yeah,
Besides,
I will
for
just for the
our
viewers'
viewers.
sake, but I play with Venusaur whenever I Venusaur Vileplume. I couldn't come up with the third evolution of Oddish there. I use Vileplume regularly whenever I play Gen 1.
And in the future you get a possible different evolution, so that's cool.
Yeah, you can in other versions of Pokemon games you can get the
Alternate evolution.
Bellossom.
Yeah,
It's
Blossom.
Gen 2, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like we should be getting close to one of them. I thought Oddish was further down, but here's Venonat. I will say
Shiny is cool.
Shiny Venonat's really cool.
Yeah.
But to me, they don't look like they go together.
No.
The eyes look more like what you see from like one of the other bug types.
Yeah.
Or from like the Weedle line and that kind of stuff. And the thing is, Vileplume and its shiny are just so good.
And Gloom.
And Gloom is pretty classic.
Yeah,
that derpy,
really
like
funny.
I love that. So
Love it. It is the Eeyore of the Pokemon world.
It's going up against a Buzzsaw next round.
But
for now,
man, it was so cool to see it make its run. My goodness, yes, it is.
Anyways, next round we
Easy
have
pick again. I feel like
really okay. Well, let's get into it.
real. Well,
we might not.
you're right. This is actually hard. I keep forgetting about the evolutionary chains.
Yeah, so we have. I thought we already did Magnemite. Am I crazy?
No, we didn't.
Okay. Oh no, I mentioned Magnemite, but we didn't actually do the matchup.
Exactly.
Okay, so Magnemite versus the Weedle line. So we're closer to the top, I think. So let's go up to the Weedle line. I am actually, and it's hard for me to separate Mega Beedrill from this, but the green, I love Beedrill.
Yeah,
this is why I'm kind of leaning Weedle right now because I love the Beedrill and the shiny Beedrill. Weedle and Kakuna are whatever, they're fine. They're just bugs.
But Beedrill is awesome.
Yes.
I almost feel like we should go coin flip on this one though. Okay. Not because personally I lean more towards the
Magnemite.
Well, it's hard because
so your own opinion of it is kind of a coin toss.
Yeah, my own opinion.
I will say the shiny Magnemite and Magneton are amazing. Yeah. Do you want to coin toss or do you want to go Magnemite? Because I'm on the fence too.
See, I'm on the fence too, so I think we should do coin flip.
I'll call it this time.
Okay.
I'll go with Tails. Tails is for Weedle.
Okay. I was gonna say we should have I'm okay with it.
I'm okay with it. The fact that I'm a little bit sad actually shows me that maybe I should go on the Magnemite. The Magnemite shiny is so good. Okay. So Weedle with a huge upset, a 79 seed beating a 50 seed is crazy. Do we even need to have a conversation about this next one? I mean, come on.
No.
Abra was on this guy's
criminally low.
Criminally
low.
And part of it was that he had Abra really low and then had Kadabra and Alakazam much higher. But like Abra is a pretty cute Pokemon, honestly.
It's just wanting to take a nap.
And the whole thing of it like always running away, and then the Kadabra and Alakazam are two of the most powerful Pokemon in the game. It is that big transformation, which we'll see that with a line later on.
They get tools. They get a spoon.
You get a spoon, and then you get two spoons. What's better than one spoon? Two spoons.
And then what's better than two spoons? Slip down to that Mega Evolution.
That Mega is
and 5 spoons, ladies and gentlemen, and a beard.
That Mega is sick. But even just the pink shiny for the regular Alakazam is really
Love it.
really good.
I love it. It's one of my favorite shinies I have in the game.
It's unfair to Rattata because Rattata actually isn't that bad of a Pokemon, but Raticate.
But it's not really that good.
Raticate is pretty bad though,
and it looks hideous.
Yeah, Raticate is pretty bad. The shiny actually is not that bad, but it's
Yeah.
like just like the fact of a giant rat with a big old tail is just like ugh. Like
No one likes
Rattata is
that.
fine.
That's
shiny.
that's how a
that
third
shiny
of
is
Europe died
terrible.
in the Dark Ages because of Rattatatas.
Yeah.
Rattatas.
Yeah, you'll get there eventually.
Raticates. Bunch of Raticates.
Okay.
Need to eradicate the Raticates.
So for the next matchup, we're gonna have, I think, an easy one as well. Voltorb versus Tangela. But the fact that you only have Tangela and you don't have Tangrowth, to me, makes it pretty clearly in favor of Voltorb. And
the shiny, the blue shiny
I was
is
gonna
so
go.
cool looking.
The blue shiny looks like it's like the regular Voltorb and Electro look like Pokeballs, right?
Mhm.
And the shiny looks like Great Balls because they're blue.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that. But it's not really even that close, if you ask me.
Yeah.
The blue and even just the normal ones though, so good. And Tangela, not bad. Actually a really cool, well-designed Pokemon. Just like being like
it's like a tangled up ball of vines with eyeballs.
Yeah, is the Pokemon in the vines or the vines a part of it? Who knows?
You get
Great shiny too.
What are the little mushroom dudes from, or not mushrooms,
Like,
but Koopas.
Oh,
Yeah, you get kind of Koopa vibes, especially with the feet.
with the feet. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
But Voltorb, I think, is our clear winner here. So let's get into, I still have a few more spots to go to where I'm done with the first round. Staryu versus Clefairy. It's kind of an interesting one. It's actually a really interesting one. Do you have any? I don't have a strong opinion on this one yet.
I leaned kind of heavily towards Staryu.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I get that, but I also like Clefairy is pretty classic. Staryu also is, just given that it's tied to Misty, but Clefairy there's like a whole episode of the show based around the Moonstone and the Clefairies dancing around and all that stuff. So like it's, to me, is a little bit more like, if you said, what do you think of with Pokemon? Like, what Pokemon do you think of first, Clefairy or Staryu? I'm gonna go with Clefairy probably, but
See, I'm the opposite.
do I prefer that? I don't know.
Yeah. The shiny Clefairy is not much of a difference.
No, it's not really. It's fine, but it's not anything really right home about. The shiny Starmie is pretty cool. That blue.
Yeah.
Man, I'll go ahead and let's coin toss.
Okay.
Why not?
Sounds good.
Why not? Oh, you call it.
Let's go heads.
Okay.
Come on, heads.
Okay,
there we go. I finally won one.
All right. So I'm fine with that. Staryu is a good winner in here. So let's go ahead and submit. Now here's actually one that I have a strong opinion on this one. Goldeen versus Caterpie. The Goldeen line, what do you think here?
I think Caterpie.
Me too.
Yeah.
So even just like Caterpie and shiny Caterpie gold, even just these three. Butterfree is the best of the three, but
and it's one of the cutest Pokemon in the game.
But even not counting Butterfree, Goldeen and Seeking are kind of like lame to me. They're kind of just like whatever. Like, I don't really.
Goldeen kind of looks gross. I'm gonna be honest.
And Seeking doesn't look. But also, it's hard to tell which is supposed to be the evolution.
Yeah.
Like, they both look the same. And there's different kinds of fish.
Yeah.
So it isn't like it's a natural like progression. It's like, here's one fish.
Here's another
different fish. Okay, so which one's better?
Yeah, like, you don't see any similarities.
The horn is the only similarity.
Yeah, that's true.
And the shiny is, to me, this shiny is so much better than this original. It's just a slight difference, but I like the orange way more than the more red.
It's more of a goldfishiness.
Okay, so that was actually way is how it might be, just because it's Caterpie's kind of a lame early Pokemon, but I think it's still way better than Goldeen. So 78 seed, advancing pretty far here. So, next, Seal and Tentacool. I don't know that I really care. Two water Pokemon that are just kind of like whatever to me.
Yeah, I feel like Tentacool takes it a little bit just because it's a little meaner looking.
I get that.
Seal is literally the
Not Seal. Yeah, Seal. Yeah, you're right.
yeah.
Seal, sorry.
Seal is the same as what we call that exact creature in
It's a
our
seal.
world.
It's pretty. Yeah,
Just
the name is
spelled a little
uninspired.
different. Yeah,
But so you have
Seal just feels like a waste of time. It feels like they were trying to match a quota.
yeah, I
And
get
then
it.
Dugong.
I do like Dugong.
See, I think Dugong looks weird. It looks like some weird hybrid creature between man and a seal.
Yeah.
And I'm not there for the vibe of it. The eyes freak me out. If it still had that like little and the other thing is like Seal has much bigger tusks than Dugong.
Yeah. Well, it also has more like a dog face.
Yeah.
I don't like Seal.
Yeah.
I do like Dugong though, so I disagree with you on that. But Tentacool is fine, but Tentacruel is actually a really cool Pokemon.
And the shiny of
The shiny is
Tentacruel.
really good. So
like Tentacruel's shiny is not good, but Tentacruel's
is really good. Yeah. So I'm with you on that.
chef
So
kiss.
let's go with Tentacool as the underdog again, winning. In the last first round matchup, we will get into Paris versus Farfetch'd. I think I have an opinion on this. I think that I would lean Farfetch'd.
Same.
Okay.
Easy pick for me on that one.
Even though it only has the one evolution, the one form, just the one Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's a really unique Pokemon. The leak and the personality that you see in the show with it, I really like. Whereas Paris is like the opposite in terms of personality because it's just like it's a bug that has mushrooms and the mushrooms take over to where it has no like life of its own anymore.
Yeah.
So that's pretty
it's
strange.
actually kind of sad
Yes.
for Paris. Whereas Farfetch'd, he's just a sassy boy with a vegetable.
Yeah.
And I think we should he comes with his own if you were to catch a Farfetch'd and decided you wanted to dine upon him, he comes with his own serving foods.
Yeah.
Which is great. I mean, he comes with his own aromatics.
Well, we're not getting into the Galarian form, but that Galarian form is really
yeah. He has more aromatic in that.
It's pretty great, pretty great. Okay, so I think we are going to go ahead and take a quick break at the end of the first round, and we have our play-in set up, and we'll take one quick break and maybe do one more break before we get totally finished. So we will come back to you guys in just 1 minute.
And then we bring the hammer.
Go. And welcome back. All right, so the first really unfair matchup of many to come, we have Mewtwo coming in. I didn't even remember who against Sandshrew. Poor Sandshrew. I mean, I really, as we've already said, I like Sandshrew a lot, but I went too far. Oh no! But there's just no way it can compete with Mewtwo, right?
Not a bit. If he did, I would be just blown away, shocked.
Yeah. So let's get up to Mewtwo. Mewtwo's shiny is so good, but even just Mewtwo by itself, incredibly well designed. Comes across like a villain, which he is to some extent, but misunderstood. Also, just
as are all villains.
Yeah, they're just trying to get by. That's a pretty easy one. So, Sandshrew.
Sorry, bud.
Thank you for your
really
service.
Appreciate what you did to get here.
Yeah. Now we do have two first timers. We have a few in a row of two first timers. We have Onyx and Slowpoke, and I don't right away have a quick snap reaction to like what I think. So I'm gonna pull them up. But what are you thinking?
See, I lean towards Onyx because in the TV show, I've got the nostalgia from it because I just loved Brock. Brock was like my favorite character. Just thought he was hilarious. And I mean, Shiny Onyx is okay.
Yeah.
It's I like that it was just this giant rock snake creature.
Yeah.
Thought it was super cool. Slowpoke's okay, in my opinion. he's just a little weird because he's got a shell that bites him on the butt.
And it looks like a cloister or
Yeah,
not cloister. Yeah,
like
cloister, right?
a
Yeah.
hermit crab
Well,
situation.
like the
Oh,
children and then the cloister is the bigger
yeah,
one.
yeah. It looks like Cloister just bit him on the butt, which is
Yeah, it's
weird to
strange.
me.
Yeah. I'm with you, I think overall. I think Slowpoke is fine. The thing is, I actually like the further evolutions and the other forms, like
Hmm.
Galarian Slowbro and then Slow King. I like,
Yeah,
but these two, I'm not really a huge fan of. And Onyx, I do think I at least do enjoy the design.
yeah,
So I'm with you on that. And then we have again two first timers, pretty unfair matchup for to me because I think Jigglypuff probably, if I ranked them, would be high enough to win a first round game.
yeah,
But not against Eevee.
yeah. Eevee. I mean, you get Eevee, you get 37 different flavors
Well,
of
not in this generation.
True, but just knowing that, like to take that out of it is really hard
Yeah, that's fair.
in my head. But
But
obviously you
you still
have
get
to.
three. You still get three this
Yeah,
time though.
yeah.
So
And those three are just amazing. You get Flareon,
Vaporeon,
Vaporeon, and
Jolteon.
Jolteon.
Yes.
Words are hard for me. Like I said, post 9/11 America. Um, but yeah, I mean, it feels like that's an easy pick there.
I love the shinies. And Jigglypuff, the problem is Wigglytuff is just like a derpier version, so it's kind of like yeah. Whereas I think Jigglypuff's actually one of the better
Yeah.
designed Pokemon. Has a personality, like the fact that it's always trying to get attention and gets mad because it puts
Hmm.
people to sleep. Is like really fun in the anime.
The thing
It's
is, Eevee doesn't have a bad evolution though.
no, even just the base Eevee is like,
Yeah, it's
and
like it's cute.
yeah, and there's tons of different versions of it, and all of them are good, and all of the shinies hit.
Are
Like
good.
the
Yeah, they
main
just
shiny is good. The Vaporeon shiny is incredible. I think Vaporeon is probably my favorite of the three,
the
but
like the I feel like the only lacking one is Flareon.
that is a little bit off. But it's still not bad to me. It's
Yeah,
just like a little bit compared to these three.
it feels more
It's
normal, honestly.
yeah, compared to these three, it's not quite as good. But Eevee is one of the best in my opinion. So it's just kind of an unfair matchup to Jigglypuff. But there are going to be matchups where I would pick. We're probably going to see some matchups where I'd pick Jigglypuff over either one of the combatants.
Yeah,
Um, so that's kind of
but that's how
unfortunate.
brackets work,
Exactly.
kids.
So, okay. So the next matchup we do have Pikachu again. No. Yeah, no Pikachu. I was like, really
Pikachu versus
already?
Drowsy.
Which again, this is one where I don't even feel like it's unfair
Yeah,
because Drowsy I think is a little bit high. Like I don't think it
yeah.
should be this high. Um,
Which is it's a cool Pokemon,
yeah, it's
but
fine. It's fine.
it's weird how it does the like thing with its
Yeah.
hands.
Well, its lure is also really like it basically like lures kids away from their family. Like it's just
Yeah, that doesn't feel right.
Hypno is like kind of a creepy. Yeah, good shinies though.
Yeah, good shinies, really good shinies.
But I mean, how is how is anything other than like one of the top Pokemon going to be
Pikachu,
Pikachu,
it
one of the
doesn't.
top Pokemon? And even though not a huge fan of Raichu, Shiny Raichu is pretty great.
Mm-hmm.
Shiny Pikachu is fine, but it's such a classic. Like, there's a reason why it's iconic, and the reason why the
Yeah,
game is known by Pikachu is
yeah,
because of how iconic that. Even though in the game it is not even an important Pokemon, it's even like almost somewhat hard to find, and not even that strong in the first games.
yeah,
But they gave it to Ash in the anime, and it just from there, like they knew how iconic it was going to be,
yeah,
and it
exactly.
definitely has been and will always be
The electric mouse takes the
like
cake.
the Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
if you go up to somebody and say name a Pokemon, like Billy on the street, like name a woman, like name a Pokemon, like name a Pokemon, and they always be like Pikachu, like they'd be the first one.
Exactly.
Almost everybody. So I wouldn't, but like most people would.
Yeah,
If you're not like a hardcore fan where you have a favorite Pokemon, you're just gonna say you're gonna say
exactly.
Pikachu. So, next one maybe a little unfair, to um to Krabby is it matchup against Lapras here, the 8 versus the 57.
Yeah,
But like, I think Krabby was a little underseeded. However, Lapras is one of my favorite Pokemon. Um, it's gonna be a lot later on in the Pokedex here, so I'm gonna try to scroll faster. And it has a great shiny. The shiny is like purplish, and it is fantastic. It's right here. It's just a great design. That like the Loch Ness monster type thing.
It's really cool. Yeah,
It's
it's
by
all
itself.
dinosaur-y.
I can remember getting it because in the first games it's given to you,
Hmm.
and I was just like, they just gave me like one of the coolest looking Pokemon in the entire game. And I didn't know what it was until I got it.
Yeah,
Um, it's pretty incredible, and it's like to me, it's not even close.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll go with Lapras here over Krabby. Oh no, the other direction.
There
And
we go.
then next, we've already seen Krabby. So we have Kangaskhan against Shelder. This is an interesting matchup. So you have a Pokemon that does not have an evolution at all
Yeah.
in Kangaskhan versus Shelder, who does have one. Um, so Shelder is, I think Kangaskhan is right around here.
See, I kind of lean towards Kangaskhan.
Oh, I do too.
One, because you get two.
There it is. And there's the Mega, which is just the same thing, but he's out of his pouch.
Yeah.
But the original Kangaskhan, I always thought it was going to be like, it's actually not a super strong Pokemon. And I was, whenever I would face it as a kid, I'm like, oh man, this is this big like kangaroo dinosaur thing. It's gonna kick my butt. It isn't that strong,
Yeah.
but its design is really
It
strong.
just looks cool.
And when
Yeah.
you're going up against Shelder and Cloyster, which is just like, this is fine. Like I'm not like
Yeah.
upset
Shelder
about it.
looks like something that's gonna get hurt
The
really
shiny,
quick.
I like the shiny a lot,
Yeah, the shinies are cool.
but
Shinies are really cool.
but it's just like
Cloyster's just meh.
I like Cloyster a good bit, I will say, but Shelder is just it's very goofy looking.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to lean towards Shelder now.
Yeah. You want
Yeah,
to coin flip it?
I want to coin flip it.
Okay.
All right.
You call.
I like that it looks like he's ghastly
Yeah.
inside
Just
there.
like tucked away.
And I'm now that the more that I look at how derpy he is, the more I fall in love with it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna coin flip it. I will call heads for Shelder.
Okie doke. Tails. Kangaskhan takes it.
All right. The favorite wins an nail biter. Okay. Next we have Meowth, they've already seen,
Mhm.
and Hitmonlee. This is actually kind of tough for me. Do you have a strong opinion off the gate?
Well, I actually kind of lean. This is tough for me too because if we had the different forms of Meowth, I would lean more Meowth. But I like the shiny of Hitmonlee.
See, I actually do. I don't like this one as much, but I do like this
Yeah.
one. Oh, it's tough. If it was Hitmonchan against Meowth, I would say Meowth.
Oh yeah, 100%.
But Hitmonlee against Meowth, I
I always thought he like reminded me of Gossamer from Looney Tunes when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And he kind of freaked me out when I was a kid because Gossamer freaked me out. But now as an adult, I've come to enjoy his Gossamerness.
I'm gonna go with Meowth.
Yeah,
because of the iconic like Meowth from the anime and that kind of stuff.
I'll cede that one. I'll also cede that one to
You don't want to flip it?
No, I mean we can if you want to.
I don't mind using the coin. We haven't used any of our tiebreakers, by the way.
Yeah.
I'll call heads again. Okay, hesitated. I clicked it and it just didn't do anything. Oh, okay.
There we go.
Cool. Okay. I just think having Meowth in the game longer is gonna be fun. It's a very iconic Pokemon. Hitmonlee is just like this fighting blob.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but okay. Electabuzz and Lickitung. This is a battle of the
Undesirables.
kind of. I definitely think that I prefer Electabuzz, even though that shiny Lickitung is actually pretty cool at gold. I still think I go Electabuzz.
Yeah.
And both of them only have one form, which is interesting too. The shiny Electabuzz is really good.
Yeah, I would go Electabuzz too.
It's just like electric.
Yeah,
thing.
It's like a beefy alien cat.
Yeah.
Space cat.
Electric space cat.
Electric space cat.
Lickitung is just like the giant tongue.
It's gross. It's gross.
Yeah. So, that's fair. And then we're kind of flying along here. But that's fine. It's kind of some of them there's not a whole lot to talk about. So you have Scyther and Ekans, the 4 seed Scyther, really, really high.
I think it's overly seated personally.
Me too. However, I do think it does win this matchup for me.
See, I lean more towards
ooh,
Ekans.
Okay.
I lean pretty strongly towards Ekans on this one just because I think Arbok's a lot cooler than Scyther.
Scyther.
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought Scyther was a super cool Pokemon. I don't love the shiny,
Yeah.
but I've always thought he was really cool. The blade hands, like, come on. So do you want to use your trump or do you want to flip it?
Flip it.
Okay. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Okay. Ooh,
there we
got
go.
it. Dang. Okay. A 68 seed out of 79. Cinderella story here.
Took out Diglett. Took out.
Well, taking out Diglett isn't that big of a deal, but
Scyther.
taking out Scyther is a big deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, ooh, this is a tough one. You have Cubone versus Kabuto.
This is hard.
And not because I love them both, because I just feel kind of similarly about both of them. So let's look at Kabuto and it is coming up here. It's 140. So we have I love the shiny Kabuto and just Kabuto in general. And Kabutops is good. I don't love the shiny. But it's a really strong Pokemon. Cubone, man.
I go toward Cubone every time.
Okay.
Yeah.
The problem is I like both of their first forms
I think
more than I
Cubone's
do
adorable.
Their second forms.
Yeah.
I don't
100%.
I don't like Marowak.
Yeah.
I love and loathe Marowak. I don't like Marowak.
Yeah. The thing that always makes it more for me is
having a prop.
Well, he's got a prop, so that's cool. I love him. I love a man that can accessorize well. The other thing is he's got those like tear marks, or he's got the little lines on the side of his skull, of his head. And he's a portly little fella. So he's a cute little chunky boy.
Yeah.
But the lines, those are because he can't find his mom.
Yeah, he's
crying, and he's got a little tear stain.
And he can't find her because she's dead.
Yeah, and is that her skull? Oh, that's horrifying. So he's really accessorizing.
Yeah.
Give him props for that then. Yeah.
You gonna flip for it? Use a trump.
I'm
going Cubone.
I'll flip. Oh, you're going Cubone?
No. Sorry, I'm going Kabuto.
Okay, well, I guess we flip for it.
Do you want me to call it or do you want to call it?
You can call it.
Tails.
Let's go ahead.
You should have used your. Do you want to use Trump now? I don't care. I'll let you do it after.
No. Okay. It's man, I hate it.
Use your Trump. You have 3 of them.
I want to save them.
Okay.
I want to save them for once we get down to my boy.
I understand. Okay, so this one actually is really easy. Porygon at the 13 is like insane to me. We've already seen Geodude, so let's look at Porygon before we just like axe it. But Porygon's a neat Pokemon, but Geodude to me is pretty classic. It's one of the ones that I would like. It just I don't know. It just
I really like him. I feel Geodude over this.
Me too. Yeah. I think Porygon's a neat idea and it's fine. The shiny is actually kind of underwhelming, which is weird because it's usually the ones that have a stark contrast. They're really like they look really good.
Yeah, I mean it's a neat idea, but like a neat idea is also like going to a sandals resort. Like you don't actually want to do it. Like that's like a neat idea to go to sandals. Like no, it's not.
Yeah,
it's financially insolvent and just a terrible idea. So you pick Geodude. Yeah, like a good, smart Midwestern man is supposed to.
It was a long and passionate metaphor there.
Yep.
I hate this matchup. I absolutely hate this matchup.
Really? Because I don't think it's that hard.
It's not. That's why I hate it, though.
Yeah.
Because it's not fair.
Yeah.
Dratini is one of the best lines in all of Pokemon.
Looks so cool.
The shinies are all incredible. But Nidoran female, I think, is super underrated. I think it's a great line. I've always really liked it. It's to me, it's like classic or early because like a lot of times I would play Pokemon and I would start the game up and get like a little ways in and then never come back and finish it.
Yeah.
And I've beat the game more than any game ever. but
Yeah.
I've played that game probably more than any game ever. And so I would play, for half hour, an hour, and then I would quit. So I would get to Nidoran female and play with her and have her on my team all the time. I didn't always get to Dratini because
Yeah.
Dratini you had to like buy it from the or win it from the shop or like get lucky catching it from certain places. You couldn't
really
just
far
go
down
to
there.
like you could just go to a known place in the early game, find Nidoran male or female. So
Yeah.
I've always liked it. And the shiny Nidoran female, Nidoqueen, shiny, very good.
Yeah.
So it is Dratini. That's the answer.
Yeah.
It's just unfair
it's just
this
that.
early in the game to me. There's a 45 seed. Like I would go with Nidoran female over Geodude, Ekans,
100%.
Kabuto, Electabuzz, Kangaskhan, maybe probably Meowth,
Yeah.
and Onix, like over a bunch of these winners. So I just want that to be known for people that are Pokemon fans.
That really care.
It's not that she lost; it's just that she didn't win.
Yeah.
So Nutini is the winner.
Way to go there, John Madden.
Yeah. That was a very John Madden thing to say, which I like. So this next one is not even close either. The duo we haven't seen Zapdos yet, so I'm gonna go to Zapdos.
Yeah,
it was a duo.
Just got murdered.
I'm right. Yeah. Okay. Let me make sure I'm giving the right names here. The duo and Zapdos. Like Zapdos is really cool. The like really compact figure. Like he doesn't have these long wings. He just like hits you in the face. But they're like really like compact compared to like Moltres and its long wings and Articuno and its long wings. But I've always liked it. And the sharp talons, the really long sharp beak. It reminds me of Darkwing Duck with a pointier nose.
Yes, it does.
Which is nostalgic also. It's also it's the easiest of the three birds to get to, so I always had it. So I'd always you go down to the power plant and you go through the little. It isn't even like that big of a maze. You just walk through and find it. Whereas you had to go out of your way to go to
find the other one.
Well, not Moltres as much, but Articuno was a location where it's the Seafoam Islands, I believe, where you don't even have to ever go there in the game. Whereas and you don't have to go to the power plant either necessarily, but it's not that far out of the way. It's like just around a corner. And Moltres, it was in the Victory Road you have to go through, but it was like tucked away in a spot you never had to go to get through Victory Road.
Yeah.
So you could go through that whole game and not have seen really any of the three. But to me, it'd probably be more likely you would see Zapdos or the other two. So I almost always use Zapdos. And Doduo was just like Trio is really cool, I guess, but it's just like
it's really okay.
It's just not Zapdos.
It's really okay.
Just not Zapdos.
Not Zapdos.
Okay, so getting into a couple of new ones as well. The first starter, Bulbasaur versus Psyduck. So this is also just unfair. Like Psyduck is a strong Pokemon. I think the shiny is really cool. I don't think it's been like frozen and then thawed.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about a starter here. Like the starters shouldn't go out first round, right? Are you?
Yeah, I would agree.
So
sorry, Obi's making a weird sound right beside me over here. He's all tucked away and he's doing something while he's sleeping.
Yeah. So also Golduck I don't like.
Yeah, everyone hates Golduck. Golduck's gross.
Like no. The shiny is terrible too.
Yep, it looks like the Grinch with a duck bill.
Yeah, not good.
I hate it.
But I like Psyduck a lot. But I mean, it's Bulbasaur we're talking about. Like this is one of the top Pokemon ever created.
It's the flower frog looking thing, man. It just looks great.
I mean, like it's like a little dinosaur with a flower on top of it. Like,
before Stitch was a thing, I feel like it held like cutest animated character for the longest time.
Yeah, it definitely should be higher than 28. Probably. We'll see how it fares in the future. But I think it's a strong candidate to go further. Okay, so then we have Aerodactyl versus Coughing, which to me is actually.
Is that a hard decision for you?
No. Okay. Is it for you?
No.
Okay. Where are you going?
Aerodactyl.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Aerodactyl's a pterodactyl with a big old face with a T-Rex head.
And also it's the fossil is the hardest one, like the least straightforward one to get, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
So like the other ones, you just go to like Mount Moon, which you have to go through to play the game at all, and then you get you want a choice of two. You get Kabuto or Ammonite. right? But
Yeah.
then to get Aerodactyl, you have to do more like work, more legwork to get it. And so it was always more like of an achievement to get it and to have it on your team. It's really strong. And the design is also really strong. I'm trying to find him though, because we haven't seen him yet. And it's somewhere in the end, I know that, but
Yeah. There he is.
and that shiny is so good. The purple, I love it. So the giant head on it, like it definitely could not fly with that big head.
Yeah. Well, and then Aerodactyl, the Mega Elevate
The Mega
is like actually scary looking.
yeah, like it would kill somebody, you know how to beat.
Most of these creatures could.
That's true, but okay, so once it will,
as nature typically does.
once it saves, if it will save, let's see. It's just thinking about it. Are we gonna have a problem here? Well, there we go. It didn't save. Squirtle and Grimer is next. I know where you stand, and
Yep.
I will say is not even close.
Not
right?
even a bit.
Not even a bit. Let's just I do want to just look at them really quickly. Grimer, I actually think is probably underrated by some people, but is not even close to a starter level, right?
Not
I
even a
mean,
bit.
Squirtle, I know it's your favorite of the three. right?
Yep.
It's not my favorite of the three, but it is still. There's a reason why the Kanto starters are, in my opinion, if not the best starters, are one of the very best
Yeah.
starters. And the fact that there's just really no misses in those starters, Muck makes me a little uncomfortable,
Yeah.
both in name and in appearance. But I like Grimer.
Yeah.
But it's Squirtle. We went too far up. But I mean, come on, like the Squirtle and the shiny Squirtle, and even Wartortle is probably the worst of the three. Is still really strong. I think.
Like Wartortle's pretty. I actually.
I think he's probably the best of the middle three.
Yeah.
Of the middle of the starters, right?
Yeah.
So like Charmeleon is the worst of those
Yeah,
three.
he looks real gross.
And Ivysaur is probably the worst. I don't know, maybe Venusaur might be my least favorite of the three.
Yeah.
To be honest, he looks so much more like dead
Aggressively,
inside.
Yeah.
But
obesity does too.
Wartortle is a really good middle evolution, I think. I might
Yeah.
actually go Ivysaur over Wartortle out of the middle evolutions.
Yeah.
However, it's still a very good one. So
Exactly.
I don't think there's any, and the shinies are all really
Blastoise
good.
is just
Blastoise is fantastic.
so cool.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very
He
cool.
has cannons.
Yeah.
More accessorizing.
All right. So as we alluded to earlier, Oddish, the great little weed, running into an absolute buzzsaw against Mew.
The weed whacker of Pokemon.
Not fair, but it is what it is. I really like Mew. I use Mew on my Great League PvP team for Pokemon Go. I use a shiny Mew, the blue Mew. So good.
Yeah.
I also use Nidoqueen, which is part of why I was very much a fan of Nidoqueen in my Great League team. But it is to me like very much a classic of like
I don't know how you don't.
It's what you would expect to find in a design of a Pokemon when you like when you understand what the idea of it is, you see that you're like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. A cute little Pokemon that also gives off the aura of like power behind the smallness. I don't know, but Oddish, really good line.
There's a lesson in that.
It's like a Yoda.
Yep. Dynamite in a small package, baby.
Okay, two we haven't seen yet. Interesting matchup. Poliwag and Vulpix. So do you have I don't have a strong opinion. Do you have a strong opinion?
I don't have a massively strong opinion because I think Poliwag's evolution chain is really cool. Yeah. But I really like Vulpix.
Me too.
I think it's just a really cool looking character. Also, I just want to point out this is the first time I've ever seen these two.
The Mega Mewtwo's.
Yeah, Mewtwo evolutions, which are kind of weird looking. But that's not a part of this.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are looking at Pokédex entry. I'm looking up on my phone their Pokédex entry so I can go faster through these. And once we get to the point where we've seen everybody once, I'll stop doing this. But Poliwag, really cool. I actually really like the shinies.
Yeah.
And Poliwrath, great shiny.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but Vulpix is really good.
Yeah.
Vulpix, especially
Ninetales. Ninetales is awesome.
Now, if it was the lowland forms, it wouldn't even be close.
Yeah.
Ninetales would dominate.
Ninetales is also basically
the ice
in
Vulpix.
Shang-Chi.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The ice Vulpix and the ice Ninetales are like fantastic. However, the standards are not quite as good to me, but they are
Yeah.
still very, very good. Man, where do you lean?
I lean towards Vulpix. I think it's a lot cuter.
Me too. Me
Yeah.
too. And I do like the transformations that are they
Mhm.
go from cute to being cute but powerful,
Yeah.
and that shift in the
Yeah.
evolutionary line.
There's like a ferociousness in it.
Yeah. So a little bit of an upset,
Yeah.
but
Not much,
not much though.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's basically like an 8-9.
the underseed did take it.
Yeah. Okay, so see, I hope it saves again here. Um, and we'll get to our next matchup. It's not gonna save probably because it's being weird. Okay. Charmander against Weedle. You've already seen oh, there's saved. Okay. You've already seen Weedle. Charmander Charmander is my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, you got to go Charmander on this one.
Just Charmander.
Yeah.
Let alone that you get Charizard out of it
Yeah.
later. And the black Charizard is so good. But
Mhm.
this one to me, not even
Not
remotely
even
close.
close. No debate needed,
Okay.
really.
So next we're gonna have another fire type Pokemon, a much lesser Magmar against Mankey. I have an opinion that might be surprising, maybe not.
I feel like you lean towards Mankey.
I do.
Yeah.
Do you?
Not necessarily, but I really don't have that strong of opinion either way.
Well, let's look at Mankey's coming up pretty. It's an early. Mankey is one of the first times I played this game, the original Gen 1. I played with Jared Turner,
Mhm.
and we took turns for a while, back and forth playing like different stretches of the game, and we ended up staying up all night long
Love
and
that.
watched the sunset. We were kids. We were kids, and we had a Mankey that we evolved to a Primeape, and it just like was one-shotting everything. It was like so overpowered. So I have
Yeah.
nostalgia around Primeape and Mankey, but it is to me a really fun and interesting design.
Yeah.
And to me,
It's a monkey with fists.
Magmar is a little uninspired.
Yeah,
It's just
kinda
like a fire thing.
Yeah.
It's 126. So I went too fast, it's too far. But it's not necessarily terrible, but it's just like this
It's just
fire duck
amazing.
thing. And it's a
Yeah.
big weird forehead.
Yeah, it's got a butt for a forehead.
Yeah.
I'm just not there for it.
The same thing
I
of
think we
like
go with Mankey.
both of them having just like their typing on their body. Like here's flames and here's electric.
That you're made of.
Like, yeah, no thanks.
Yeah.
So I would go Mankey here.
Big upset though.
Yes, on the seeding, a huge upset. To me, that's 18 is way too high for me.
Oh yeah.
Way too high. This is a actually very difficult matchup for me.
Really?
Yes.
It's not for me.
I know Abra and Alakazam, that whole line is fantastic. I just have to look at Snorlax. Snorlax is like iconic, and the shiny is so good. The personality of just this big beefy dude who just wants to sleep and eat. Like we need
I
more
respect
Pokemon
it.
like Snorlax.
Yeah.
I want to go Snorlax so bad.
You want to use one of your trumps?
No, not on Snorlax, but I kind of do. This is the seven or Abra is criminally underseeded
Underrated in
here.
this. Yeah.
This shouldn't be a matchup happening in the second round.
No.
This should be a matchup happening way down the line.
Exactly.
Which is why I'm frustrated by it, because Snorlax I think is one of the top like 20 maybe Pokemon lines. So that means it should get past this round. But Abra is so underrated that they're facing off here instead. You didn't actually say, I don't think you're going.
Oh yeah,
You're
100%
going
going with
Abra.
Abra. Yep. No fight there.
I'm considering the coin flip here. Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's get nuts. Unless you want to use one of your trumps.
Nope.
Okay. This feels wrong. Okay. You call it.
Heads.
I can't look. I'd be happy either way. Okay.
Yeah, there
That's
we go.
probably the right call. That's probably the right call, but Snorlax is so good.
You know what Snorlax needs to just want to eat and sleep all day? Spoons. And you know what
Spoons.
Abra gets them? Spoons.
They should be buddies.
They should be, but they can't be today.
Not today. Okay, next, this is actually a pretty interesting matchup.
We haven't seen.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know where I stand, but tell me where you stand. Ponytail against Rhyhorn. I think we'll come to Rhyhorn first, so I'm gonna go slow. Where do you lean?
I lean towards Ponyta and
Okay.
Rapidash.
Yeah. I agree. So let's look at them before I finalize my decision. But part of it is that I like Rhyhorn and Rhydon a lot, but my favorite part of this line is Rhyperior.
which is not
It's not
here.
here yet. And this shiny is really good. This shiny is a little bit underwhelming.
Meh. Yeah.
And Ponyta and Rapidash, the Rapidash shiny
Is
is
awesome.
amazing.
And you can ride it like a
Like
horse.
a fire horse,
Does
a
it
fire unicorn, and a blue fire unicorn. Like, come on.
does not get better than that.
It's pretty tough to beat that. Yeah, it's pretty tough to beat that. So the favorite stays the favorite
Hmm.
and wins the day here. So, um, okay, now we have Hitmonchan against Voltorb. This to me is not close.
Not even
We've
hard.
actually seen both of these
Yeah.
already. I showed Hitmonchan when we looked at Hitmonlee.
Yeah.
So let's just go ahead and advance Voltorb.
Voltorb.
Yeah,
Easy pick there.
yeah. Shocking the 55 seed is getting this far, but I mean,
It's how it goes sometimes.
Hitmonchan
Yeah.
is overrated and they're underrated. So, I think I know where you stand here. This is two we
Yeah.
haven't watched yet, two we haven't looked at yet. It's actually an interesting matchup. So it's Tauros against Chansey, and you stand with
Tauros.
Tauros. That's what I thought, but
I feel like he's probably one of my more favorite Pokemon in the game. I really enjoy that his style, his look. I like that it's geographically limited in Pokemon Go to the Americas,
yeah,
which I think is really cool.
yeah,
So yeah, I go with that over Chansey. Chansey's okay. I mean, it's just like it feels like it's the naked version of Kangaskhan to me, walking around with an egg in its pouch.
yeah,
I think the shiny is a lot better.
yeah. Me too. It's a lot closer for me, but I won't fight you.
And
I'll go Tauros.
Tauros is the closest thing to a buffalo in this region,
Yeah,
and this is the Shady Buffalo Podcast.
Kind of have to give it at least one.
Yeah,
you know?
it has to get at least one win. It was like Krabby,
Sure.
It's got to win one.
It has to win one.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have Ditto against Staryu. Ditto was the 3 seed, which is insane.
Stupid high.
But I would go with it over Staryu. Would you not?
See, I kind of go Staryu.
Okay. So Ditto, the shiny is incredible.
Yeah.
Also, that dumb derp face, I love. The dumb face is perfect. The blank dot eyes.
Exactly.
And then it can become anything. Is a super interesting and fun like mechanic. So do you want a coin flip or do you want to use your
Let's coin flip it.
Okay. Who called it last? I don't remember.
I did.
Okay. I'll go Tails. Tails never fails. Except for
Oh, there we go. Except when it does.
Except when it does. Okay. Now we haven't seen one of these guys yet. Ditto wins this one here. We have Ammonite. Basically, either one of these, sorry. Ammonite and Machop. Now, I have a pretty strong opinion, which is unfortunate because I like Ammonite and Ammonite.
Yeah.
But Machamp, like, come on.
Easily,
how do you upset that?
Easily. Machamp is easily probably one of my favorite. It might be a top 10 for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Ammonite and the Shinies are fantastic, really strong, but like just unfortunate matchup this early in the game to have to go up against one of the classics, Machop, Machoke, Machamp, and just like very straightforward progression. It makes sense. You know which one comes first, second, and third.
Man comes with a victory championship belt in one evolution, let alone two.
I will say the one thing that is confusing to me, the head, then the mouth, very clear evolution between Machop and Machoke. But why does he become King DDD?
Yeah, that's a bit weird.
It's weird, but the rest of it, but like it's still a good design overall. And if you just saw Machamp without the other two, it wouldn't seem weird.
Yeah,
but it seems weird with them all together.
Exactly.
But it is still easily the underdog somehow the underdog Machop.
Picture him just pumping weights all the time.
All right, so we have a few more to get through the first like real round here. So we have Pinsir against Caterpie. We haven't seen Pinsir yet, so let's check out Pinsir. I think I know where I stand. Where do you stand?
I stand closer to Caterpie than Pinsir.
I do too. Caterpie is just like an original classic. Pinsir is neat. I want it to have wings behind it. kind of like the Mega, but not quite like
The
Mega's like,
Mega's kind of
it's
unsettling.
it's too much.
Yeah.
But I want him to have just like clear wings behind
Mhm.
him. If he had, I don't know. It's just kind of
Yeah.
a strange. It's cool to some extent. Also, it's kind of strange. And I would go Caterpie. Do you
Yeah.
disagree?
Nope, not a bit. Battling
So
out those bug types right
so
there.
the next to last seed is gonna get 2 wins.
Look at that.
Pretty
Florida
crazy.
Gulf Coast
Exactly, yeah.
running up.
Now we have 2 really interesting matchups here. Well, one matchup against 2 interesting lines. Ghastly, which I'll go ahead and spoil, is one of, if not my very favorite lines all the way through, start to finish. It gets better every time. And the shiny Ghastly is so good. These two are a little bit disappointing, but look at this Mega. Like,
Yeah.
I know we don't
The
count it.
white is
I know we
so
can't
cool.
count it, but still, super good. It's unfortunate. Nidoran male, I do like a little bit less than female, but not by a lot. It's still pretty classic to me. It's still something that I always think of. It's in the opening credits. Nidoking in the opening credits of the first game is fighting Nidoking against, what's it fighting against? I don't remember now, but it's Nidoking fighting in the background.
Yeah.
Or no, maybe it's Nidorino. It's one of those two. I don't remember now. I think it's Nidorino, but still in a great shiny still. So you can hear Ezra waking up from his nap.
There we go.
So I'm gonna go Ghastly.
Easily.
Okay. So I think we have to take a break. I wanted to get through the next couple matchups, but let's take a break so I can get my son from his nap and then we can finish up
Good call.
the next phase. So we'll see you guys in 1 minute. And welcome back. We have our tiebreaker here in Ezra Jude. He's going to come and break any ties we have.
Isn't that right, buddy?
Let's see how far we can get into this before.
If this isn't incentivized in what, if this isn't a good reason, because I couldn't figure out my verbiage, to watch the YouTube channel, now you have a reason, and it's this adorable little co-host.
Yeah. All right. So we've got next matchup. We've seen Tentacool. We're going to Articuno, who is farther down the line, not that far. And one of the last. This is pretty easy.
Easy choice.
Right?
Articuno.
Yeah. I mean, the legendaries, especially in this first generation, are so classic to me. Both the shiny and the standard. It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Next, though, we do have an interesting matchup. I think maybe we were kind of surprised at how high Pidgey ranked, but in this matchup, it was Pidgey versus Execute.
I might take Pidgey.
I definitely take Pidgey.
Yeah.
Execute is just kind of odd to me.
It's sentient eggs.
Yeah, and then how does the evolve form happen here?
Yeah, like how does it become
a tree?
Yeah, a palm tree.
The thing is it's supposed to be seeds.
Yeah, but
not
it's weird.
Eggs.
But they're eggs.
But they're eggs. Like they're not supposed to be eggs. But
yeah.
Come on, tell me.
Well, egg is literally in the name.
And they're cracked.
Yeah.
And there's a yolk back there.
Yeah. One of them's got a jacked up skull.
I love the faces on Execute, but still, like, to me,
doesn't make it.
Not exactly. I've said it before. I'll probably say it again. Some of these Pokemon are just classic to me.
Mm-hmm.
They just like scream Pokemon. They scream like original 151, and Pidgey is one of those. In the very clear progression, to me, a very strong connection between each evolution. And Pidgeot I like Pidgeot a lot as a Pokemon. When I was younger, especially, I used Pidgeot in my team all the time.
And I really like Pidgeotto.
And I like Mega. Mega is also very strong. So it's a pretty easy matchup for me.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Okay. So we're almost to the point where we don't have to look back at this anymore, but we do have a couple more to show.
And that'll really start speeding up this process.
Yeah, once we don't have to go back and forth. And once we've already kind of given our initial thoughts on the original, move forward. So now we have an unfortunate situation where Farfetch'd is going to go up against Moltres, and it's not. Moltres is my favorite of the three.
Yeah, I mean,
of the 3 birds, and has always been. So I'm always gonna. And the shiny is so cool.
The pink, the flaming chicken.
It's just so interesting. I really love the fire chicken.
Yeah.
You with me?
Yeah, I'm with you. As much as I
like Farfetch'd a lot.
It's a hard choice for me.
Farfetch'd
out of how much I love Farfetch'd
was for sure an underseeded, but that's where we're at with that. I think, which is unfortunate. Not quite as unfortunate as this matchup. I like
Yeah, this one's not cool.
No, it sucks. It's Growlithe versus Magikarp. I feel like Magikarp is at the end somewhere. No, that's okay. I love Growlithe and Arcanine. Always have. They're both
they're the fire dogs. They're really cool.
It's like, but Magikarp is iconic.
Yeah, and Gyarados.
Oh my gosh. And Red Gyarados
is so cool.
Like, it is very hard to upset that one. This is probably only the second time or maybe third time that I've seen it to where I would prefer to advance both Pokemon.
Yeah.
And yeah, you like these Pokemon? Like, I like Gyarados. He notices himself in the video.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, I'm on the TV. So it's just not fair to Growlithe because he would for sure win against probably 75% of the other matchups.
If not more.
And he's just not gonna win this one, even though I do really love I like Arcanine more than Growlithe, but I do really like this line. It's just not quite as good as Magikarp Gyarados to me.
Exactly.
Okay, so now we've been through the entire Yay Magikarp. Yay! For the audio only people, Ezra is clapping. You might hear his faint smatterings of applause.
He's very proud of it.
So let's go ahead and set up our final few rounds here. I'm going to move the video over here. He's so fascinated by himself. So we have the 1 versus 32, Onix, Mewtwo. We have 16-17, Eevee and Pikachu. 8-25, Lapras, Kangaskhan. 56-24, Meowth and Electabuzz. 68-29, Ekans, Kabuto. 52-20, Geodude, Dratini. 5-28, Zapdos, Bulbasaur. 12-21, Aerodactyl, Squirtle. 2-34, Mew, Vulpix. 15-47, Charmander, Mankey. 58-26, Abra, Ponyta. 55-23, Voltorb, Tauros. 3-35, Ditto, Machop. 78-19, Caterpie, Ghastly. 6-27, Articuno and Pidgey. And then 11-43, Moltres and Magikarp. Okay, so let's start at the top. Mewtwo, Onix. Is it even close?
Nope. Mewtwo all the way.
Definitely Mewtwo. Okay. Eevee, Pikachu.
I go Eevee.
I go Eevee as well. Which will upset some people, maybe. I don't know. Well, Pikachu is great. Raichu is just kind of like fine to me. Raichu is thoroughly pretty mid.
Yeah.
And Eevee and all of his evolutions are all really good. So Lapras, Kangaskhan is Lapras.
Yep, easy peasy.
I will use if I had to, I would use one of my 3 tiebreakers for Lapras.
I mean, it's so hard. I want Kangaskhan.
Meowth, Electabuzz.
Meowth.
Yeah, easy.
Easy peasy.
So the 56 seed is going to get into which you voted against him last round, but Electabuzz shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Kabuto and Ekans. I am with Kabuto, and you are with.
I'm with Ekans.
That's what I thought. So do you want to coin flip it, or do you
coin flip?
Okay, I don't care enough to use my 3.
Yeah. Same.
What you call it this time?
Go heads.
Heads and Ekans wins. Tails. That's going slower. I feel like. You called heads, right?
Yep.
Okay.
There we go.
Spaced out for a minute. Okay, so Ekans beats Kabuto. That's not right, but okay.
Right, a Team Rocket coming through.
68 seed coming through. Let's just click on that. I don't care. That's why. Okay.
Dratini,
Geodude. Yes, it's Dratini. Easy peasy. Zapdos, Bulbasaur.
Oh.
I have a strong opinion.
You're gonna go Zapdos, aren't you?
No, I'm not.
Oh, you're not?
I'm going Bulbasaur.
Okay, so see, I would go Bulbasaur as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I thought we were gonna have to fight for that one.
No. The starters, I love the starters. Mm-hmm. They're a good balance of cute and not cute. I think the Bulbasaur is probably the weakest of the three starters. However, Bulbasaur and Ivysaur are so good that it makes up for Venusaur being kind of like meh. For me, and Zapdos is amazing. It's an incredible. It shouldn't. I like it way better than Ekans, way better than Meowth. Like, it's just a bad matchup.
Yeah.
And that happens in brackets. So Aerodactyl and Squirtle. You're gonna go Squirtle.
Yep.
And I am gonna go Squirtle.
I was gonna say, if you go Aerodactyl to hate draft me.
No. Here is gonna get interesting though.
Yeah.
Squirtle against Bulbasaur. That's an interesting matchup. Okay.
It's gonna be really
Vulpix and Mew. Sorry, Vulpix.
Mew all the way.
Not even close. but it's unfortunate. Charmander Mankey is Charmander.
Charmander.
Don't even try.
Yep, not even a bit.
Okay. Then Abra Ponyta.
Abra.
Yeah, me too. Ponyta I like a lot. I like more than Growlithe,
Mm-hmm.
but it's Abra. Voltorb and Tauros. I
go Tauros.
go Voltorb. Okay.
Coin flip it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care to use one of my three. Not yet. Do you care to use one of your three?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay, you called last. I'll call this time. It went heads. I'll call heads again. Why not?
Come on, tails. Oh man.
So
that was one I like. I really wanted it, but not enough to lock it in.
Voltorb was like it's simple, but I really like it.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Ditto Machop.
Machop.
Yeah, same. Easy, actually. Even though it's a 3 seed.
Took
the 3
out
seed got slaughtered
3
by the 35. Okay.
Thumper.
Caterpie, Ghastly. This is easy.
Ghastly.
Right? Okay, yeah. Yay.
Yay.
That's what you like, Ghastly?
Yay, ghosts.
I like ghosts. I see ghosts all the time in my bedroom at night.
Yep. That's what he does. He sees all
that's why I wake up in the middle of the night sometimes. He's smiling at himself. Articuno, Pidgey.
Articuno.
Yeah. Even though I like Zapdos more than Articuno, this matchup is in favor of Articuno for me.
We are flying through these now.
Well, we don't have to go look at them.
Exactly.
We've already discussed every single Pokemon once, so it's not like we're not sure how we feel about it.
Yeah.
Magikarp and Moltres.
I go Magikarp.
I go Moltres. So do you want to use one of your thingies?
Nope.
Okay. You call it this time. Moltres is my favorite of the three birds. And I like him, even though I probably prefer Gyarados slightly to him. It's so close that the Magikarp is kind of like whatever.
I'm going Tails.
Tails? Okay. You got it.
There we go.
Okay, you got it. So it's going to be Moltres, or Magikarp, sorry, over Moltres.
There we go.
Most people, yay. How do you know when to clap? Which most people would agree with you. I'm in the minority there for sure. Okay, so we have our final 2, 4, 6, 8. 10, 12, 14, 16. So sweet 16.
Sweet 16. It's
Mewtwo against Eevee, Lapras against Meowth, Ekans against Dratini, Bulbasaur against Squirtle, Mew and Charmander, Abra, Voltorb, Machop, Ghastly, Articuno, and Magikarp. So the first one up there, Mewtwo against Eevee. I'm gonna go with Eevee.
I am shocked.
I mean, sorry. Oh. I'm gonna go Mewtwo. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go Mewtwo.
So I really like Eevee.
Me too.
Yeah, like
Me too. This is Sweet 16. They're all good.
Yeah, I would do a coin flip.
Except for Ekans.
Yeah, Ekans.
They're all good.
Yeah.
So you want to coin flip it?
I would coin flip it.
Oh god, I hate this. Do I use my tiebreaker here? I might. Should I use a tiebreaker?
So dramatic.
This is so dramatic. I'm gonna use a tiebreaker.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Mewtwo.
I won't fight it for.
You won't use one of yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So Lapras, Meowth.
Lapras?
Yes.
Yeah.
Lapras. Love that. So far our 1 and our 8 seeds appropriately made it there. Just lead 8. Ekans,
Dratini.
Finally, the Cinderella story that I've been trying to kill for
comes to an end.
I voted against him both of the 2 times that he advanced.
And
I was with you the first time.
Yeah.
But at least the times I was not. So Dratini, clear winner there. Bulbasaur, Squirtle. You're gonna go Squirtle.
Yep.
I'm going to let you have it, even though I could fight you on it. I love Bulbasaur. Do you want to go down and play? Okay. Here, go play.
We've lost our co-host.
He lost patience
for color commentary.
For color whining. Squirtle wins that one. I'll let you have it. Mew and Charmander. Are you gonna fight me on this one?
I'm
thinking about it.
See, I know you're gonna go Charmander.
100%.
And
yes, it's Charizard.
And Charmander is
better than Mew.
Yeah.
Charizard's better than Mew.
Yeah. We gotta go for
it. Come on. Maybe later we can fight over it, but for now, Mew is fantastic. Mew is higher than 16.
Exactly.
But Charmander is just better. Abra, Voltorb.
Abra.
The 58 seed. Again, we've been saying way underseeded here for the whole time, but Definitely gonna have to go Abra. And
For
even though I
those of you that
voted
can't-
against it at one point earlier,
You can't see it right now, but Ezra and
Ezra wants the
David's
laptop.
leg are just duking it out right now,
He wants the laptop.
trying to get to the
He
laptop.
wants the laptop so bad. So Machop and Ghastly, is this gonna be a fight?
I lean towards Machop.
Oh, I know. I'm Ghastly.
Coin flip.
Uh,
I don't think
I'm
it's...
using a tiebreaker.
Oh, okay,
Are
gotcha.
you?
No.
Okay. I have one left. Ghastly is one of the best lines in the game. I'm gonna have to stop you. I'm gonna have to stop you. Ezra, you can't do this. I'm trying to record a show. I don't care. I'm too cute. I want to fix the laptop. You better not do it. Oh my gosh. You're so funny. Okay. Don't touch it. Articuno Magikarp is next.
I go Magikarp still.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. I went Moltres over Magikarp, but Moltres is my favorite of the three. As I've said before. So, I'll go Magikarp over Articuno though. So the 43 seed.
A lot of upsets.
So we have
still coming through pretty strong.
Oh yeah. So we have the 19 seed, the 43 seed, the 58 seed, the 15 seed. The Elite Eight is pretty tight here. So again, to reset the Elite Eight, we have the 1 versus the 8 seeds. We have the... We're gonna have to move the screen because he's touching all the buttons now. We have the 1 versus the 8 seed, Mewtwo Lapras, the 20 versus the 21 seed, the Dratini and the Squirtle. The 16, 15 versus 58, Charmander and Abra. And then we have Ezra. Son, leave it alone. We'll have to move it up here with us.
You're not gonna have enough link.
Oh god.
And we're got
the show is falling apart.
Yeah.
And we have 19
the YouTube
versus,
experience is very fun right now.
Yeah, 19 versus 43, Ghastly Magikarp. I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna take a break.
Okay.
Finish the Elite Eight and finish the podcast after one more break, I'm hoping. And welcome back. We are, I think, ready to finish.
Final run to the end, boys.
It sounds a little more echoey than it did a minute ago, but I think we're okay. It's better now. Okay, so yeah, the microphone is sitting like right here in between us, so it's kind of a
weeble wobble situation.
Yeah, a little experimental.
Yeah.
Less. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have
imprisoned the baby.
Not literally. Let's not say that.
Sorry, CPS.
No, he is
gracefully detained a child.
He's playing in a object meant to keep his child occupied with toys.
Yeah.
He's seated
in a detained manner.
Yeah, he can't get out, but he has toys and he's not like stuck. He's not thrilled about it because he wants to get to the laptop because of course he wouldn't want to play with toys.
Exactly. He wants to play with adult toys.
So I have one tiebreaker left. You have all three. Mewtwo, Lapras. What do you think?
Mewtwo.
Yeah, not even close, right?
Yep.
I think I need to be closer to the mic because it's more echoey when I'm further away, but you're fine. So, okay. Mewtwo is going in.
There we go.
And then Dratini, Squirtle. Dratini.
I'll trumpet.
This is not right. Dratini is better than that. Oh, I have to save my trump for either Ghastly or Charmander. Yay, he's cheering for you. Okay, fine.
That's right.
You can have it. Dratini is better. Dratini is way better. You're wrong for this. The pink Dratini, the pink Dragonair. Oh, so much better.
I'll fight it.
I know you are, but you're wrong. Charmander and Abra.
Charmander.
Okay, thank you. Okay. And then Ghastly Magikarp.
I go Magikarp, and I know you don't want to.
I'm going Ghastly. And I will use a trump.
Okay.
Will you?
No.
Okay. Which means that Squirtle is going to just win the entire thing if he really wanted to, which is so stupid. But I don't care. It's the final four.
That's called strategic planning, David Cole.
You just basically were like, instead of being like, I'm going to do what I think is best overall, I'm going to pick one Pokemon.
And I'm going to do what I think is best for it.
Force it through the bracket.
That's right. When you gave me an option to have three, oh man, that was a bad day for you.
This is why we're always going to have a third person from now on.
Exactly.
Okay, Mewtwo loses to Squirtle.
That's right. That's right.
And I'm going to say Mewtwo, and you're going to say Squirtle.
And I'm going to trumpet.
And that's only
And we're gonna get
is
there.
that your second one, or
That's my second.
you sure?
Yep. I've not used one before. I've always defaulted to coin flips. That's how Ekans got to the promised land.
Stupid freaking coin flips. Yeah, I should have fought it on Bulbasaur. Just for strategic planning. Oh yeah? Oh yeah? I'll get you in just a second. Give us like 2 minutes, okay?
We're almost done.
About 2 minutes? Can you wait 2 minutes? Okay. Okay. Charmander or Ghastly?
It's up to you, man.
I'm saying Charmander, and you're
Charmander.
saying
Yep, we'll go
Okay.
Charmander.
okay. Ghastly being in top 4 makes me happy though.
Yeah.
That's where it belongs. It's a good line.
There you go.
I think it's a top line. Charmander versus Squirtle. It's easily Charmander, and you're gonna say it's Squirtle.
Well, if we put them head to head in a battle right now,
well,
Squirtle would win.
that's what we're talking about.
I think that's obviously the choice there.
To be clear, you are using your last
Trump, yes.
tiebreaker to. I'm not gonna call it a Trump. We like an hour ago we said we were gonna get political, so here we are.
Here we are. We're getting very political. Next, we'll be doing our Donald Trump NFT trading card game and ranking those.
So unfortunately, Squirtle wins.
For kicks and giggles, David.
Yes.
We all know Squirtle is one right now. For kicks and giggles, would you like to do a coin flip for it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but it means nothing.
Do you call it or do I call it?
Well, I think since I offered it, you
call it?
I should call it or you should call it?
I don't care. It doesn't matter. You said it doesn't matter. So
all right, you go.
Okay, I'm going with Tails. I can't watch.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter. So,
oh well,
it's a hollow victory.
Yay!
Exactly. Squirtle's the best.
won the coin toss. That's why he's cheering.
Squirtle's the best.
Dad won the coin toss.
He's just happy it's over so he can get out of kid jail.
Yeah. So if this is a absolute train wreck of an episode, it kind of is, but it's fun. We won't be recording like this in the other ones.
Yeah.
But we were hanging out together watching movies and stuff. We thought, hey, why not? Let's do a podcast. So for the other brackets, I will like tease that one of them is going to be based on movie something.
Mm-hmm.
One of them will be food, which might be as much of a train wreck as this one here is.
Yes.
Maybe even more.
We'll be bringing Alex Golden on for that one.
Yep.
Keeping that fun streak alive.
Yep. And then
big fan of Alex, aren't we, buddy?
Ezra, give us a sign off. You know, all of our links now are on a link tree, which they have been since like November. But it's Shady. I think it's. I'm gonna find it real fast. But I think it's Shady Buffalo, and then it's like linktr.ee because Linktree does things weird where it's like it's linktr.ee. Oh, you having fun over there? So
handsome boy.
The link to it is linktr.ee/ShadyBuffalo, capital S, capital B, as always, capital B. So yeah, let us know what you think. Where did you highly disagree with us or with one of us?
Probably the ending. Probably me.
Yeah.
But
man, those tiebreakers.
Yeah, you should have played strategically, David.
I should have just always said, well, the thing is I cared more about integrity of the whole thing than about just making my favorite win.
Oh, see, I didn't care about that one bit. I only cared about myself.
In hindsight, we probably should have just done coin flips for all the ones.
Probably,
yeah.
But
having tiebreakers is fun.
Yeah, maybe next time we'll like cut it down to like you get one instead of three. Three was
well, you got lucky in the fact that not like lucky, but like it was fortunate for you and what you wanted to happen that I also do like Squirtle.
Yeah.
If I didn't like Squirtle, I would have voted against Squirtle like a long time ago,
exactly.
and you would have had to use him more. Whereas like for me, I had to use.
Predictable and that's why
that's fine.
It comes to my advantage.
It's the OCD.
Exactly.
So, cheers to Squirtle, the winner of. Let's go out on. Oh, I can't do that. Let's go Squirtle. Squirtle Squad. Where did that go?
Woo-hoo.
Let's do that. Squirtle Squad. And yeah.
Them's my boys.
Congratulations. to the Squirtle Squad on winning the Kanto Pokemon Bracket. And with that, we will see you guys next time. Adios.
Adios, Contaminos.
Ezza, you want to say bye? No. Da-da-da-da. Say da-da-da-da-da. Say da-da-da-da-da. Say da-da-da-da-da.
That's right.
Say da-da-da-da. Yay! Good job.